Join me as I put my flying skills to the test and attempt to land a Boeing 737 MAX at the notoriously tricky Madeira Airport. The Boeing 737 MAX has been a topic of concern in the aviation world, with its history of controversies and technical issues. You've probably heard about the problems it faced with its NCAS system and the tragic accident that led to its temporary grounding. But today, I want to talk about a specific challenge that pilots face when flying this aircraft into Madeira, a beautiful island in the Atlantic Ocean. Landing at Madeira's airport is already a tough task, even for experienced pilots. The airport's runway is short, and the approach is complicated by the surrounding mountains and unpredictable weather conditions. Tailwinds, turbulence, and low visibility are just a few of the factors that make every landing here a high-stakes operation. Add to that the Boeing 737 MAX's unique characteristics, and you have a recipe for a very challenging situation. Pilots have to be extremely careful when landing at Madeira, as the margins for error are very small. The airport's short runway and steep approach slope leave little room for mistakes. And when you factor in the Boeing 737 MAX's higher approach speeds and the need to manage its complex system, the task becomes even more daunting. Some pilots have reported feeling like they're flying in a whole different aircraft, with the MAX's advanced technology and quirks requiring extra attention. Then there's the issue of weather, which can change rapidly here, adding another layer of complexity to an already demanding landing. The Boeing 737 MAX's automated systems are designed to help pilots, but they can also add to the workload. In a high-stress environment like Madeira, where every second counts, pilots need to stay focused on the task at hand. But what happens when the automation doesn't behave as expected? That's when the real challenges begin. There have been incidents where pilots had to take manual control at the last minute, which can be very intense. One particular incident that comes to mind is when a Boeing 737 MAX attempted to land at Madeira in rough weather conditions. The pilot reported severe turbulence and a strong tailwind, making it difficult to keep the aircraft stable. The MAX's systems were put to the test, and the pilot's skills were pushed to the limit. It was a harrowing experience, to say the least. The aircraft's performance and the pilot's expertise were crucial in getting everyone on board to safety. I've spoken to several pilots who have landed the Boeing 737 MAX at Madeira, and their stories are eye-opening. They talk about the need for extra caution, the importance of precise calculation, and the mental preparation required for such a challenging landing. One pilot told me that landing the MAX at Madeira is like solving a complex puzzle, where every piece needs to fit perfectly. Another pilot shared that it's a test of endurance, both for the aircraft and the crew. The risks associated with landing the Boeing 737 MAX at Madeira are very real, and it's crucial that pilots and regulators take them seriously. Whether it's through additional training, better weather forecasting, or more stringent safety protocols, we need to ensure that these landings are as safe as possible. The stakes are too high to get it wrong. Recap the main points discussed, emphasizing the importance of understanding the risks involved in these landings. So, what do you think about the Boeing 737 MAX landings at Madeira? Have you had any similar experiences or concerns? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you're interested in more aviation-related content, check out our video on the top 5 most challenging airports in the world.